Hey girl, hey, welcome back to my channel. It's your girl Misha. Thank you guys for joining me yet again for another review. We are back with a brand new review for Love Without Borders, Season 1, Episode 9. If you are new here, then welcome. I give lighthearted reviews with a little bit of laughter and a little bit of shade and a whole lot of detail. If you're back for a second or third time, then welcome back. Y'all, please don't hesitate to like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. Share with a friend. Hit that notification bell so that you will be updated each and every time I upload a video. Now, y'all, let's get into it if we gonna get into it. Gabby and Sherez. So they're going out on a nice date, right? Dressed all up. And he's like, Gabby dressing up is something that I've never seen before. Where you been? Because as a model, I'm sure you've seen a little black dress and a pullback bun. But maybe that's just me. So baby, they're at dinner, sharing some great food, some great conversation. They start talking about religion. So she tells him that she has no idea about Hindu. And he said his parents are two different types of Hindu. So he learned both languages, and then he learned English in school. And he actually speaks 4 different languages. See, these are the things that we never got to know when Gerline was there, because she was always fussing and arguing. Okay, we didn't get to know him. So I'm happy to know that he speaks 4 different languages. I knew absolutely nothing about him. Gabby was, of course, very impressed, and she was asking him where he sees himself in the future and if he wants to stay in Dubai or if he wants to move somewhere else. And he said, I was thinking about London. I really love it. She's like, London? Oh my gosh, that's my favorite city in the world. Okay. Is it me, or is Gabby not being her authentic self? It's almost like she's working really hard to be agreeable. It's giving speaking from a script. Like, I don't know what it is. It just doesn't seem authentic to me. It doesn't seem organic. Moving forward, Chandra and Naim. So he's out doing a little shopping, just trying to get out of the house, honey, and out of the crossfire, because we know Cruella DeVille is ready to bite his head off at any given moment. So Chandra is at home and she gets a knock on the door. It's the matchmaker, Erica. She said that Chandra called her because Naim is not working out. So she comes in and sits down. So here goes Chandra. I feel like he's not being real with me. I feel like he's being fake. I feel like, girl, you were being fake. You had your Uber driver / undercover lover driving y'all around to the club. Then you kicked Naim to the curb and was laying head to foot with that ex. And child, you probably with a little spoon and he was the big spoon, honey. I don't know what y'all was doing, but whatever you were doing, you were being fake. So she was saying he was being fake. She's like, I don't have anything that I'm attracted to about him because, he doesn't have the booty. I love booty. That other man was giving SpongeBob SquarePants. So what else you got? And you lied because you said that you were attracted to him upon first meeting him. You just don't like him because you got to know his personality and it doesn't mesh with yours. Let's just keep it real. Okay? So she said, and we also don't get along. And, I believe in horoscopes. Anywho. And she's like, he's a Gemini and we don't click at all. No, ma'am, y'all don't click at all because you're mean and he's a confused pushover that plays too much. That's why y'all not clicking. It don't have nothing to do with the zodiac signs. So she said that she's a Pisces, and I was so surprised because I love me a Pisces. Okay, I feel like my soulmate is one of the greatest people that I've ever met. And he's a Pisces. So I was so confused when she was like, I'm a Pisces. I'm like, girl, say what now? Honey, comment down below if y'all claim Chandra. I'm just trying to see something. Moving forward. So Chandra feels like he doesn't put himself in her shoes. Ma'am, you are not a victim. You are not. So Erica tells her, listen, you need to change your expectations. People lose weight, they gain weight. Life happens. So Chandra is like, well, it's not even like anything that I like about him. Like, I still need to see things that I like about him. Chandra, you got your nerve to be calling the matchmaker to complain when you are just as guilty as he is. Just say you don't like the man. She's like, there's nothing with a capital N. Nothing that I like about him. And I want him out of my house. Now, I do have to agree with that, honey. You got to get your things and get out. You ain't got to go home, but you got to get the hell out of here. Because if you're already dating, then there's no reason for you to be sleeping up in here. So the matchmaker wants her to try and be open with her heart and not be so closed off. So she said they didn't work out because Chandra wasn't ready to love. And she understands why Naim doesn't want to continue to be open to a person that's beating him down. Yeah, Chandra needs to stay by herself. And I am so happy that you did not come in here and coddle her and make her feel like just because she's the woman, she's automatically in the right, because she is not. Both of them did wrong in this whole situation being matched together by you. And I do appreciate you seeing it from his perspective, because of course I'ma shut all the way to hell down if you beating me down. Child, where they do that at? Moving forward. Gabby and Sherez. So they're on their way to meet his family. She's super nervous, honey, as she should be. Gabby was dressed like a flight attendant. I don't know if it was that little scarf. I don't know what it was, child, but it looked like scarf attendant attire to me. Ooh, child. So they sit down for dinner, and Gabby brings up Gerline and how they probably are a little bit apprehensive and skeptical about letting anybody else in because of Gerline. So she's like, I mean, I'm willing to answer any questions you guys have, just whatever you have for me. So his mom was like, how's Jersey? Honey, I know that's right, honey. Don't get too involved, because we already know that the matchmaker ain't matchmaking, the math ain't mathing, and don't get too close. So girl, how is Jersey? So she starts explaining how she's close with her family. And the dad was like, well, maybe we should FaceTime or Zoom call your parents or whatever. So they're laughing and talking about that. And his parents really did like her. Well, the daddy like anybody, child. Anybody that comes in, the daddy like them. She said meeting his parents was by far the best part of her trip. Yeah, it's something in my spirit just ain't sitting right. Moving forward. Arent and Mael. So Arent is still wasting Mael's time, okay? Asking how he's feeling. He's feeling jaded. He's feeling gypped, bamboozled, hoodwinked, led astray by you. That's how he's feeling. Don't worry, Mael. I got this. I'm going to handle your lightweight. Don't even worry about this. We're about to get into it as we get into it. He's like, I'm feeling confused. I'm feeling lost. And he's like, when I first saw you, I was very excited and I instantly liked you. But, I was very optimistic the first 3 weeks and I was worried about the physical part. But then we got physical. And New Year's Eve, I was, really attracted, waiting for a kiss. But Arent gave nothing. He's like, so then I started doubting things again. So then Arent gonna pipe up and come out of his mouth and say, well, when we got physical a couple of times, y'all, when he said when we got physical a couple of times, I said, so not only did you go once, you went back for seconds, knowing dang on well that you didn't like him. Now that's super grimy. When I say grimy, that is super grimy. He said he felt like he was pressured, but he's like, I didn't have any extra special feelings for you. I mean, I just felt like it was a hookup. It's just a hookup to me in my mind. Arent, you Brillo pad head slime bucket. What would possess you to look in this man's face and say he was just a hookup? When I tell y'all that's a low down dirty shame, that is a low down. How can you just look at somebody and say that? Oh, no, you just a hookup. So I see why you never had a match. You're a D-bag. Like, you're just as worse as Brian over there with Dana Montana. Moving forward. So he's like, I'm really sorry. This is what he's saying in his confessional. I'm really sorry that it's coming out that way. I just don't have any romantic feelings for him. He's like, I still want to hang out with you and have fun though. So basically you want a vacation. This matchmaker did an awful job. Mael, you deserve so much better. To be so mean-spirited and say it was just a hookup, that was just wrong on so many levels. He would have to go. Because, baby, this ain't no Airbnb. So you can get up out of here and go right on back to Fargo since it's just a hookup. You have hooked up, now unhook and get your ass on. Brian and Dana Montana. Dana Montana. Dana Montana. Dana Montana. So they're out on the town, right? And so Dana is playing a little ditty in this little pub that they're in. And Brian's like, watching her play is so attractive. I'm like dead happy right now. I'm so who cares? We don't give a damn. I don't care about you being happy. I really do not. Side note, why does it seem like Dana and Brian are always wearing the same clothes every episode? Is it just me? I said, do y'all want the same clothes? Like, what is happening? Child, what is happening? So they sit down for a drink and the bartender is passing along the drink, right? And so he says, if you can't lift her, don't shift her. So then Dana tells us in the confessional that a shift is a kiss. So basically, if you can't lift her, don't kiss her. She was offended, honey, and I was offended as well, honey. I don't care nothing about people saying, oh, she's too sensitive. It's offensive. Okay, I don't care who said it. You chuckling at it means that you condone it. So anyway, she was offended that he laughed because it seemed like he was agreeing. He was agreeing. Brian is a shallow, ageist, old-faced jerk. Point blank in the period. She was like, it was really hurtful. And she started to get a few tears in her eyes. Now, I would venture to bet that Dana used to be heavier set and she lost weight. So when she heard that, it triggered something in her. Now, I might not be right, but the fact that she was getting emotional and had tears in her eyes in that confessional, I was like, Dana must have been a little bit larger at one time in her life, and she lost some weight. So to hear him say that and then Brian laugh, it just brought back a flood of memories. Brian ain't nothing but an old jerk. Chandra and Phil. So they're out. He's trying to flirt. I guess. Sir, bust a move. What you gonna do? We don't have that much time left, Phil. What are you doing? You've been in Ghana this entire time with this baddie and you haven't kissed her once? Like, what is happening, child? So they're on their way to a picnic, right? And in the car, this is how I can tell that she's not really interested in him. Because they're in the car. He's like, well, why don't we pregame? Let's just get something to drink. She's like, no, I'm good. So he decides to drink. Now, you had me taken up for you, Phil, a few episodes back because you were saying that you weren't a drinker and I felt like they were trying to influence you to drink. But here you are. I guess you were trying to be cool. I don't know what you were doing, but you're like, yeah, let's have a drink. I'm like, oh, child. So Phil is using early 2000s lingo, talking about, yeah, I'm with a fine dime breezy. She thinks he's corny, and I can just tell. Okay, because I think he's corny. It's giving cornball. It's giving corn on the cob. It's giving Kellogg's cornflakes. Child is all fool. So once they get to the picnic, he presented her with flowers. Now, I did think that was a nice touch. I was like, oh, that's sweet. She didn't seem too impressed by it, though. She really didn't. I feel like her love language is physical touch, and she wants him to physically touch her. And I don't know why he's not physically touching her. Like, what are you doing? It's not making no sense to me. So they get in the water, and she says that they're just friends, and he's saying that he wants to get out of the friend zone. Now, I don't think that she's interested because it's taking you too long to make a move on her. It's taken entirely too long. I'm so confused because, like, why all of a sudden are you trying to profess that you want her to be your woman and you want to be her man when you had all this time? And y'all don't do nothing but argue. I do not see the chemistry as far as romantically between the two of you. I feel like when you're in Ghana, you could say, let me hit up Carmen. Because I know she knows the spots to go to. And remember when we did this? But as far as y'all being a couple, I don't see it. Gabby and Sherez. So she's making a lobster dinner for them. She's chasing him around with it, and he was legit scared. I thought that was cute. He was having fun with it, and it's nice to see him smile and things actually be lighthearted because Gerline was such a dark cloud. I didn't realize how heavy she was until Gabby came. It's like they're literally a storm cloud and the sun. It's crazy. So anywho, they're going to be making surf and turf, but y'all know how I am about the germs of it all. This lady pulls out a beer bottle to mash these potatoes. See, this is why you can't eat from everybody's house. This is exactly why you cannot eat from everybody's house. Ma'am, what about a fork or a spoon? Girl, not you mashing with this. And I know you didn't clean the bottom of that beer bottle before you got into it. Child, it's a fool. Dana, Montana, and Brian. So they're out enjoying the scenery. You know how they like to do, child. They like to sit outside and whatnot. So they sit down and talk. And she brings up yesterday and the stupid joke that the bartender made regarding a woman's appearance. And he said, listen, I wasn't trying to be derogatory to you in any way. I really wasn't. Well, it came off that way. Okay, that's how she's taking it. He's like, I didn't say anything about it. I didn't say that. He did. She said, but you laughed. He said, what was I supposed to do? Maybe not laugh? Like, what? So then he tells her, I don't have any qualms about your body type. Sure you don't. I'm not buying it. Okay, sell it to somebody who's buying it because I am not. He's like, I'm more attracted now than when you first arrived. I mean, it's different levels of attraction. You know, on a scale of 1 to 10, I'm probably at a 5. When I tell y'all I couldn't do nothing but laugh when he said he was at a 5. A 5? The nerve. Honey, is he growing audacity out on that farm? Sir, you are a good 2. A good 2. And if you have good lighting, you're a 3. What? He's like, yeah, I mean, it's growing. It was at a 2.5. Well, you could have fooled me. It went down to a 2.5 after you found out her age because you were ready to lay in the bed with her the first night. Or are you another nasty one that just wants to hook up? Okay, because it was not a 2.5 when you first met her. Don't even try it. He was like, I feel like she's a little bit sensitive. She's more sensitive than my exes in the past. Where are those exes in the past? Where are they? Because we don't know if you've ever had another woman the way you behave. So she's telling him that she's confused because he holds her hand and everything, and holding hands is a relationship type thing. Girl, Brian is an ass wipe. And normally I don't really just even like to cuss on my channel, honey. He's a ass wipe. He is just hanging on until this is over. He's sending mixed signals. He's gaslighting the hell out of you, trying to gaslight the hell out of us, and he's making you feel bad about yourself. That's it. That's all. Gabby and Sherez. So after the surf and turf dinner of it all, they're just sitting and they're talking, and she's telling him how she feels about him. And she says she wants love and she sees a connection with him and she feels like it'll grow. But then after that, she's like, I'm confused because I'm just thinking, like, do I want a friendship with Sherez? Do I want romance? Like, what do I want? See, Sherez, I told you that I'm speaking directly to you, honey. I told you that you should have told Erica I would like to decline my second match. I told you. Y'all gonna start listening to me, child. Chandra and Naim. So he's packing up to leave, as he should. I will be taking my door with me as well. When I tell you, I would have paid for that door to be flown back to H-Town. Baby, you ain't getting this door. You ain't getting nothing. Honey, call me petty. He FaceTimes his mom once he makes it to the hotel. And he's telling her it didn't work out, but he actually does love Panama. So he's going to stay down there for a while. So they show us a little snippet, honey. And now he has a girlfriend. I said, what? Okay, then. Her name is Ori. She's very pretty. She's a child physical therapist, so they have that in common. They both like to work with kids. I thought that was great. So they go out for wine, right? So they're having wine. They're talking. He said when he saw her out dancing, he just knew that he had to have her number. He knew that he had to get to know her. And I was wondering, is it when Chandra rescinded the invitation for Thanksgiving and you were out at that bar? Baby, you practically just gave him to her, if we really want to be real. So she was like, yeah, I mean, you caught my attention as well because I was praying for a man that knows what he wants. So I had my eye on you as well. She likes the fact that he's playful. She loves his personality. And he said he feels like he can see himself with her. So he's happy to see where it goes. And I'm happy to see where it goes too. Not you coming down to Panama. All you had to do was go outside of Houston to find your own match. Yeah, Erica should be on LinkedIn or something, honey. Indeed, somewhere trying to find a job, child. Aaron and Mael. So they're going back to the lock bridge. They walk up, honey. They get to the bridge. All the locks are gone. Even the locks knew this wasn't going to work. The locks are done. The locks are like, yeah, let's just jump off the bridge, honey. We're done. So Mael starts telling him how he feels. Again, Mael, quit wasting your breath on Aaron. Don't tell him nothing else. Do you hear me? Nothing. So he tells him he's disappointed. And he feels like Aaron didn't give it a fair shot. And Aaron was like, well, if I was feeling a spark, then the journey would have been a lot different. So Mael feels like it's time for them to end this thing and he needs to go home. Yes, he needs to be on the first thing smoking. Okay, catch the red eye. Get your ass out tonight. So then he said, I just feel like, this is what Mael is saying in his confessional. He said, I just feel like a tomato, an old tomato, and nobody wants me. So then he goes, pick me. Oh, Mael, listen to me. You are not an old tomato. You are a pink starburst and you better believe it. Do you hear me? Okay, you are a pink starburst and don't let nobody tell you differently. Aaron is just a douchebag. Don't listen to nothing that's going on with him. There is somebody out there for you that will love you and love what you're offering to them. You deserve someone that's not using you to hook up in Paris. So now he can check that off his bucket list. Oh, disgusting self. So they get back to the apartment, right? And he's getting all of his things together. And Aaron is like, yeah, he showed me how other people and other cultures live. You could have visited to see that. Okay? He didn't have to teach you that. That's not what this experiment was about. You were not a foreign exchange student. You were here to find love. Wasting people's time, getting people's feelings all involved, sucking up all the energy in its place. That's why next season, if y'all get a second season, there needs to be a neutral apartment. I don't want these people's energy being absorbed in their spaces. Now, Mael is all sad because all of that old negative energy Aaron brought up in there from Fargo. No, we have to make sure that their living quarters are separate, child. That's probably why things are going all right with Sherez and Gabby over there because they ain't in that house with the mom and them. Moving forward. So as he's packing, Mael was like, oh, I'm going to be alone. Here go, Aaron. I won't have anyone cooking me meals anymore. Get your mama to do it. Okay, she'll be so happy that you're on your way back. Single. Moving forward. Aaron is selfish and he really needs to grow up. He's emotionally immature and his like relationship growth is stunted. Okay, I don't think, and I said this on the last review or review in the past, I don't think he was ready to be so out on camera. I don't know if it's because of where he's from. I don't know if it's because of his parents, but he should not have signed up for this. The matchmaker in the confessional is still making excuses for these awful people that she chose. So Mael walks him out and he's off to his home. And even after all that, Mael was like, well, let me know when you make it back to Fargo. So Mael comes back inside. He's super sad. And I just feel so bad for him. He deserves a do-over. And not with this matchmaker and not with this show. I hope that they do something for him. And I hope that he finds the most wonderful person. And that all of this is a distant memory. And that was the end of the episode. And next week is the season finale. Listen, producers and or creators of this show. Because I know Married at First Sight, Love is Blind, The Ultimatum, all of y'all are in there together. Please let us have a reunion. I stated it on last review and I'm going to state it again. And I hope that y'all are listening and or watching, which I know sometimes y'all watch these reviews just to see what we feel about these shows that you're producing and putting out. Please give us a reunion. And child, I will personally fly to wherever you are and come from behind this screen just to host it. Because, child, I got some questions. Y'all comment down below and tell me exactly what you thought about this episode. Please don't hesitate to like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. And as always, stay safe, stay blessed, spread love, not germs. Peace.